Alright, I'll put this off for as long as I can put it off. Let's just finally get it over with. Hellboy is the newest adaptation of the superhero Hellboy, this one played by David Harbour. As far as what I know of with Hellboy, I did see the first Hellboy movie that was directed by Guillermo del Toro, but that was a very long time ago. I don't remember a whole lot about it, but I did remember I had a really good time with it. But even going into this movie, I was pretty excited for it. I mean, the trailer looks like it was going to be a really fun, bloody, really funny, good time. I'm a big fan of David Harbour. David Harbour, I think, is one of the better actors working today. I love him in Stranger Things. It looked like he was going to kick ass here. He seemed like he would be the perfect Hellboy. Anyway, I'll just say that right out of the gate. David Harbour was actually a really good choice to play Hellboy. He was badass, he was funny, he was a shit talker. He was basically everything I remembered Hellboy to be. That was one thing the movie nailed. Now let me address everything else where it completely dropped the fucking ball. Honestly, you can really pick this movie apart in every sense of the word besides David Harbour's performance. That is the sole thing that is saving me from completely tearing this movie apart. So getting into Hellboy's origin, he was apparently being summoned by this evil Nazi science division that wasn't Hydra, so I'm gonna call them not Hydra. So not Hydra, I guess, was praying to the devil because it was doing the opposite of what they were trying to do in Indiana Jones. Maybe they were thinking to themselves, we tried to call the god, that didn't help us out, so, you know, let's pray to the devil this time, maybe he'll help us. Yeah, it didn't exactly work out for them either because it sent a giant evil demon baby. You know, the allies laid waste to not Hydra, and then one of the allies was like, you know what? I'm not gonna kill the demon baby, I'm gonna raise him as my son. So he brought in Hellboy, raised him as his son, and turned him into basically a weapon. They're like, alright, now you're gonna go out there and fight the supernatural forces in the world. And you can tell the movie wants you to go for like this kind of father-son relationship that, you know, I guess was apparently supposed to develop between them, but really you don't buy it. At no point did I really feel like a real genuine father-son love between the two of them. I didn't really feel like they felt like a family. It's just like, alright, we're working together to do what we have to do, and cool. So yeah, ever since then, Hellboy just goes around the earth and he finds the demons that are just hiding in plain sight. Most of them are shapeshifters that just turn into humans, and he just, you know, he kills them. And I guess the main story is there's this Blood Queen that was defeated by Merlin and King Arthur way back in the day, and, you know, she's been plotting her revenge, like this big comeback, and that's why a lot of these demons are really coming out now. So, you know, they gotta stop her. So Hellboy goes out, recruits some friends. He recruits a teenage girl that can communicate with the dead, make these worm ghosts come out of her mouth, and he recruits this Asian guy. Well, he doesn't really recruit him, he was assigned to him, but this guy can also be a shapeshifter. He's apparently a demon that can turn into a leopard, but he's a good demon, so, you know, Hellboy doesn't kill him. It's just them going off to try to stop the Blood Queen from returning before she does return. It's a really simple plot. The problem is it's so fucking boring. It just, everything just drags on for so long. You know, it's the characters trying to find different parts of her, trying to find the different chests that have been laid out for her, you know, just trying to, you know, collect all the body parts. She was cut up, buried all over the world, so, you know, it's basically a scavenger hunt. Meanwhile, she's got like this pig demon that works for her. He's going around trying to collect all this stuff because he's been promised that, you know, if she comes back, he'll get to kill Hellboy, because some time ago, this pig demon was, I guess, posing as someone's baby, and, you know, Hellboy sniffed it out, discovered, oh, that's not a baby, that's a demon pig, so, you know, he ratted the pig out, you know, saved the baby, gave the baby back to the real parents. Now Demon Pig's upset because he took away his chance to be, I guess, human. That's just it right there. Like, the movie wants you to get behind this demon pig's revenge story. It wants you to get behind, you know, its reason for having this conflict, this revenge, this, you know, hate towards Hellboy. At no point, though, did I ever give a shit, though, because this demon pig, like, you see what he did. It's like, you tried to take a life of a baby. It's like, why should I give a shit for you or your revenge story? And even when you look at the heroes, I didn't really get behind any of them. I mean, this girl who can summon ghosts, I mean, they didn't really delve into her past. I didn't really care for her. I mean, they talk about how, I guess, Hellboy was a protector of hers when she was a little girl. That's why they know each other. It's just there for the sake of being there. And even with the other guy, they delve into a little bit more of his past. How, you know, I guess he fought a leopard demon, or maybe he was the leopard demon. Something happened in an encounter with the demon, and resulted in all of his men dying. So I guess they're trying to throw a little pity party for him, but didn't work. I didn't care for him either. Hellboy is really the only character in this movie that you care for, and really the only reason you do is just because he's the title character. And in between all that, eventually the English allies, they all turn on Hellboy because, you know, they still see Hellboy as a demon. That's got him questioning who he is, if he's good, if he's bad, or whatever. We do get a couple action scenes. The one I'll talk about in particular was the scene in the trailer where he's fighting those giants in the forest. This scene was somewhat enjoyable. It was gory. It did have blood. It did have, you know, a lot of things getting cut off. The problem is the visuals in this movie are so terrible. Like, through this fight, through other action scenes I see in the movie, it's just so blatantly like, oh, that's on a green screen. That is clearly CGI. None of it looked real. None of it really looked convincing. When you can blatantly see that it's not real, it just takes you out of the movie. Like I said, it's a very simple plot. It's like, you know, Hellboy is trying to stop this Blood Queen from coming back. Eventually she will come back. But everything in between is just so dragged out and so boring. It just, it's so unnecessarily long. They just throw stuff in there for the sake of throwing stuff in there because they have to make a movie. Really poor action scenes, these character development scenes that actually don't develop the characters at all. Oh, we can also bring out that one scene where Hellboy goes to meet with Baba Yaga, this like old witch lady who, you know, he seeks for help and then she like makes out with him in a really gross way. That scene was just weird. That's another flaw I kind of have to give to the movie. I feel like, you know, the movie obviously wants to be funny in parts, but some of the funniest parts, I don't think it was trying to be funny at all. Because when he goes to meet with Baba Yaga, I don't know what it was. Maybe it was just the case with me and my friends, but just the way he talks to her, the way he says her name, it just killed me. Baba Yaga! Like, yep, that's gonna be a meme or a gif or something that ain't going away for a while. But what the movie also does that's kind of shitty is it really teases you with some stuff that could be really cool. Like, there's one scene in particular, the group meets with, like, Merlin's ghost and they find King Arthur's sword. Like, you see Merlin offer the sword to Hellboy, and in the very next scene, you see Hellboy with, like, the sword on fire, this, like, flaming crown floating over his head. He's, like, riding a skeleton dragon into a war with all these demons. I gotta admit, when I saw that scene, I actually perked up for a second. I was just like, oh, now I'm listening. But yeah, the scene lasts for about a few seconds because it was all a dream, it was all a vision, and that made Hellboy say no to the sword because he doesn't want to be a full-on demon. It's like, oh, come on, are you kidding me? Like, I really hate when movies do that. Like, you know, they tease you, they set you up for, like, what could be a really monumental, awesome, fun, great scene, and then immediately they're just like, nope, we're not gonna do that. We're gonna go in a different direction. It's like, fuck you too, bro. But anyways, getting to the final scene, you know, the Blood Queen's officially been resurrected. She summoned all her demons, which look fake as shit because the CGI is terrible. And, you know, she's now prepared to, you know, just rain down, you know, hell on the earth. You know, she's trying to get, you know, Hellboy to join her because she needs him by his side because he's also a demon and they could rule it all together. And again, the movie once again teases us because this time he actually does wield the sword. And you see him, you know, in his like jacked form. He's got the fire all around him. You're thinking, oh, all right, is he gonna use that sword and he's gonna fight her and it's gonna be great? But literally, this scene, again, it doesn't even do anything because finally, like, you know, the girl that was partnered with Hellboy, you know, she summons his dad's demon. Well, wait, not demon, spirit. He was good. She summons him back. He talks to Hellboy. He says, oh, by the way, I never killed you because, you know, I saw you as my son. I loved you. Like, in that moment, just laying eyes on you, I saw the demon baby, and I'm just like, oh, I'm gonna raise him to be my son. You know, again, wants you to get you to care for the father-son relationship, but you really don't, but, you know, you're just forced to roll with it. Again, now you think the Blood Queen and Hellboy are gonna throw down, it's gonna be awesome, and all he does is just decapitates her, all the demons are sent back to hell through this portal, and that's how the final conflict ends. Like, are you kidding me? Like, this is a superhero movie, technically, anyway. You're supposed to have, like, a big climatic showdown. Did you learn nothing? Did you not see Avengers Infinity War? Apparently not, because you would expect superhero movies to take notes from that. And yeah, now Hellboy just goes back to his normal routine of hunting down supernaturals with his new crew around him. And that's where the movie ends. So all in all, Hellboy was stupid. David Harbour does everything he can to try to make this movie, you know, enjoyable. You know, he is likable, he is charismatic, he's funny, he's a badass. I still feel he was the right choice to play Hellboy. I would have liked to have seen what this movie had done with a much better crew behind it, much better director, much better writers, because everything outside David Harbour is trash. The story is completely boring, the plot is completely dragged out because it's too simple. Some action scenes are okay, the rest of them are just messy and fake looking. The movie teases you with some moments and some scenes that could be really, really good, and then just takes them away from you entirely. In the end, just wrapping this up because I don't want to talk about this movie anymore, All this movie did was make me want to go back and watch a Guillermo del Toro Hellboys so I could see a good Hellboy movie. Yeah, 2019 was doing so good for so long. Well, you know, April and I finally saw a shitty movie. Had to happen at some point. That's all I gotta say, guys. Thank you so much for watching my video. Don't forget to leave a comment, like, subscribe. I will see you all next time.